All right, let's see if this works. I'm not sure if this is working really well right now. Trying something new. Just want to make sure. Look at my stuff. Seeing if I'm live or not. Let's see if this works. Yes. I'm live right now on YouTube. All right, let's get it. All right, let's get this shit started. Sorry, she's language. Um, welcome. This is my YouTube channel. This is where I will talk about my sports broadcast. Last time, as y'all can see on my videos, if you go scroll down, you can see that I have YouTube videos talking about NFL teams and my teams, things like that, college sports and all that stuff. But we're gonna first off this game. We're gonna talk about the Panthers and how they came back from 17-0 against Miami Dolphins, and I'm gonna talk about App State. You know, they played Oregon State last Saturday, ended up winning 27-23, and then and just go from there. Talk about this week's coming up stats coming up with the Panthers and App State. So I'll start off with App State, I guess, because that's the first game that I went to. 'Cause, I'm a college student at Appalachian State University. I'm a sophomore. I don't know why I'm talking this shit like I'm introducing myself to people, but hey, if you're new here, my name's Brandon. I'm a I'm a E&B here at Appalachian State, electronic media and broadcasting major, trying to do something with sports. So this is like my little thing that I can do to help myself get comfortable with talking and get comfortable with doing things like this. But yeah. So App State played Oregon State last Saturday with JJ Cole ended up taking AJ Swan's spot because AJ Swan was not sure if he'll be able to play with a sprained MCL injury. JJ Cole comes in first drive, has a I think it was if I'm not mistaken, Appalachian State scored a touchdown. JJ Cole, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was either, um, it wasn't Dozier because he had the touchdown late in the game. I think he actually ran the ball in the first time. The first touchdown, he ran it in at the 3 yard line. But we played really good defense the whole entire game, I would say. Appalachian State was, I think, 1 point underdogs against Oregon State. That was I didn't see that happening. Going against an 0-5 Oregon State, I didn't think we were going to lose that game. Or sorry, I didn't think App State was going to lose that game. App State ended up going 17-0, having touchdown scored by um, J.J. Cole, Rashad Dubinion, and then our field goal, and then the App State's kicker ended up making a 49-yard field goal, I think it was, to go up 17-0. And then that's when Malik Murphy started to get hot, well, not technically hot, but he started to score in the second quarter to make it a 17-10 game going into halftime. Um, I would say going to that game really irritates me because I don't know, seeing that freaking what's it called would not be on our side whatsoever. Like freaking the referees were straight garbage. If I'm not mistaken, there was one play that was in the game that it was JJ Cole throwing it to I think it's Davian Dozier, number 1 for App. He was going for the ball. The cornerback on Oregon State ended up hitting the dude, and the dude ended up not getting the PI call for him, and I thought that was irritating. But can't do nothing about the referees because they're blind, and people always talk shit about the refs, but sometimes they deserve to be called for what they are. They deserve. Um, We have Rashad Dubinion. I think he had 98 yards, a touchdown. Davian Dozier had 140 yards and a touchdown. JJ Cole coming in had like 260 yards, I think, 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns, something like that. Played pretty well. Wouldn't say. And then out Oregon App State plays Georgia State and Georgia this week. So excited to see how that game end up playing out. Well, I think they said that not Oregon, Georgia State is like a 1 point underdog against us, but in my opinion, looking at the stats compared, like I think App State's averaging like 245 yards per game. Hold on, I can check. Let me look. I think if I'm not mistaken, App State is averaging. App State is averaging 263 yards per game passing, and they're averaging 235. But I mean, that's nothing new. We're averaging 146, and Georgia State's averaging 95. But this is where I think is going to be the issue for Georgia State. Dominion is one of the top 10 running backs in the league and nationally and for all sports, college football. Georgia State allows 224 rushing yards allowed every single game. Rashad Dominion, I think, in my opinion, will have a good game. Say about 150, 160 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns. Depending if they start J.J. Cole, we're not going to have as many rushing yards because he's more of a pocket passer quarterback, but I like him as a quarterback. If we have A.J. Swan, we can have multiple different ways. They would have to do more film on it, but I'm more of a J.J. Cole type of guy, if I'm being honest with you. Because J.J. Cole has, what, 6 touchdowns, 6 interception ratio? I mean, it's not bad, but that Southern Miss game really, really made us bad. Especially him. He had 3 red zone interceptions, and that just didn't feel good on him. Even though he got hurt after I think the second drive, but that's no complaints. He shouldn't be throwing interceptions. That has nothing to do with his arm. It's his leg. But I'm not gonna talk trash about my team. But things like that. And another thing is we average 2 turnovers a game. They average one. We average almost 2 takeaways a game, and they don't average one. So I think that's going to be a big thing is our defense. Our defense has been playing really well. We caused Malik Murphy to throw 3 interceptions last week, but the thing is allowing Malik Murphy to almost have 400 passing yards. I think that's like a very not good for our defense. But having 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble off of a kickoff, I think that's really good defense no matter what. We didn't allow, I don't think, many rushing yards. I don't know how many rushing yards App State allowed, but I don't think it was over 100 if I'm not mistaken. With let's see, Oregon State goes play Wake Forest goes play Oregon State this week, so I want to see how they play. See if Wake Forest can end up putting a beating on them or not. See how if App State's win was really important or whatnot. Because if I could, I would. I'd show you the video I got of me storming the field, but I don't know how to do it on this device because I'm using a different thing this time. Plus, it's a live video on YouTube, so I really don't know like how to manage stuff on here and things like that. But I mean, I can try and show you on my phone, and then what I mean when I say I stormed the field. I really had a good time last Saturday. I think it was an amazing time to go out there and storm the field, especially after winning a game against a Power Four school, things like that. So I'm not gonna play the audio, but here, if you can see it, this is us storming the field at app. I know a lot of people say it's corny for us to go and, you know, do storming the field or whatnot, but I think it was a very fun time. Different. It was really different. It wasn't like I've never stormed the field. I know we stormed the field against JMU last year, but I left the game early because I was not wearing comfortable clothes. And that really irritated me that I didn't wear the good enough clothes to wear. It affects me to that point. But we ended up winning that game pretty well too. So I'm not even mad about it. But another thing is, I think App State I think we're getting into Sunbelt play now. So I think App State's going to be tested to see if they're enough to win the conference this year. I think they will, be honest with you. Just depends on what the quarterbacks can do and if the Bennett can stay consistent and healthy. We got Davian Dozier back because I think he was hurt week 1 and week 2. And then we ended up getting Jaden Barnes. He's a dog. I like Jaden Barnes a lot. Um, with that, I'll say that's the end for App State. But the game against Georgia State, I feel confident about App State winning that game. We'll go to the Panthers now. Panthers. They're always really pretty trash usually, but then they have their moments. I'm not really a Bryce Young believer, but he's been playing pretty well, but he's not consistent. He's like throwing interceptions, turning it over really, really bad. I mean, we can't start off games every week with someone turning it over consistently. He has 2 turnovers. I'm pretty sure he's averaging almost turnovers a game. It feels like at least. I know a game against Atlanta, he didn't have a turnover. But I don't know. I'm big on a different quarterback. I don't know. I just don't. I believe in Bryce, but I just don't know if he's the guy for us, if that makes sense. Another thing is I really like Roy McMillan. I think that pick was good instead of going with Jalen Walker that what a lot of people wanted. Roy is a 6'5" receiver or 6'4", so I mean You can't go wrong with that. And he has really good hands. He's been him, and then we finally gave Jimmy Horn a chance last week. He ended up getting 2 catches, I think, for like 25, 26 yards. So I can't complain about how he played. Let's see. Rico Dowdle or Dowdle. I don't want to pronounce his name wrong, and I'm sorry if I do. 206 rushing yards, 234 total yards. So I mean, he's the one put us on all his back to come back and help us win that game. Our defense only allowed, I think, over only 19 rushing yards the whole entire game. So I mean, that's big from last year. Last year we allowed almost like 200. Sorry, not we. The Carolina Panthers started this or had the whole season last year and averaged over 200 rushing yards a game. So I mean, our defense is picking up, but I'm also not big on Evero, the defensive coordinator. He's not as good as people think he is, in my opinion. He's like not consistent. There's games where he can play good, games where we lose like to the Patriots 42-6, or Panthers lose to a game 42-6. But as you look at it, the Patriots end up beating the Bills last what was it? Last Sunday night, I think it was. Yeah, Sunday night. Last Sunday night. So I mean, I can't really complain with the two losses that we have with the Patriots and the Jaguars, but that Cardinals game we shouldn't have lost. We should be 3-2 right now, if we're being honest. Especially after the Cardinals losing to the Titans with that running back fumbling the ball in the end zone. There's no way we should have lost to the Cardinals. Or Panthers should have lost to the Cardinals, but that's just my opinion. Um, let's see. Jalen Coker practice today. I'm really happy about that. I'm a big Jalen Coker fan. Xavier Legette came out and balled out. I wasn't expecting that. So I'm excited to see what the Panthers can do next week against the Cowboys. Dak Prescott playing well. I saw a stat line where he was second in passing yards, third in QBR rating, I think. So I mean, he's not doing bad. He started off weak a little bit, and this is without CeeDee Lamb too. Think about that. When CD comes back, he's going to be a way bigger dog. He's a dog. I don't care what people say about Dak, but he's a really good quarterback. Um, let's see. You know, Panthers. Panthers, I don't really got much to say about the Panthers. They're not really a good team. I have nothing much to talk about, but I'm excited to watch them play this Sunday. I'm excited to watch App play this Saturday against Georgia State. I'm excited for the basketball season to start for the Hornets. I know Conkin pretty good. LaMelo, Brandon Miller, um, I think it's Breaker or something like that. The center from Creighton. I'm excited to see how he plays. Miles Bridges, all those people. I'm ready. I'm excited to watch how the Panthers. I mean, Tar Heels. I mean, the Hornets play this week, or not this week, but this season. I know we're probably only going to win about 20 games, but 20 games is an increase from what last year was. So I'm excited for all the sports teams that I'm in, and I'm not. I'm worried a little bit about the Panthers with the season that we've had all that hope, and then App will be okay, and then the Hornets are going to probably be trash again. But I mean, I guess I'll talk about one more thing. The Tar Heels, Seth Trimble, Kyron Evans, Henry Vassar, I think his name is, from Arizona that we got. I don't think that's his name, but I have to look up his name and stuff. Caleb Wilson. I feel like Caleb Wilson's gonna be our like leaky black type of guy. I know that's weird to say, but I think he might be that type of guy. Um, Frick. I know I'm forgetting people on the Tar Heels that I'm excited to see. But for now, I'm excited to see how the Tar Heels play this upcoming season, and I'm ready to see if we can, or not we, the Tar Heels can beat Duke, so Duke fans can stop saying 3-0 to me. I'm sick and tired of hearing that, to be honest with you. But hey, this is going to be the end.